Tensions are high in one of the world's most strategic regions after attacks on two tankers near the Persian Gulf. The United States claims Iran carried out the suspected coordinated attack on the Japanese and Norwegian-owned ships. Iran's foreign minister denies it, calling the accusations part of a plot.
And the U.S. points to this video released overnight that American officials say shows Iran removing evidence from one of the tankers. This all happened in the Gulf of Oman, not far from the Strait of Hormuz, a hugely important waterway for global oil shipments. David Martin is at the Pentagon. David, what is the U.S. saying about the attack?
Good morning. U.S. officials say the evidence Iran is behind the attack on the two tankers is compelling. The question now is, what does the Trump administration plan to do about it?
This assessment is based on intelligence, the weapons used, the level of expertise needed to execute the operation.
One reason Secretary of State Pompeo laid the blame squarely on Iran is this video. The U.S. says it shows an Iranian patrol boat coming alongside and removing an unexploded mine from one of the tanker's hulls, making off with the evidence, in other words. The U.S. says other mines planted by Iran did explode, leaving one tanker so badly damaged it was in danger of sinking and the other in danger of drifting into Iranian waters. CBS News consultant, retired Admiral Sandy Winnefeld, explained how an attack like this could be pulled off.
This was actually a fairly high-skilled attack, probably conducted by a small boat coming alongside the ship, attaching a limpet mine or two or three to the ship, and then making its escape in time to avoid the explosion.
But the owner of one of the tankers says before the attack, the crew saw flying objects, suggesting mines were not the cause. Regardless of how the attack occurred, the bottom line is the same.
At the end of the day, this will create more instability in the Gulf region. It's not going to help things at all. And when there's less instability in the Gulf region, for Americans, that means potentially higher prices at the gas pump and potential for conflict should this escalate.
Secretary Pompeo said the U.S. response to the attacks would focus on diplomatic and economic measures.
Iran should meet diplomacy with diplomacy, not with terror, bloodshed, and extortion.
U.S. officials say no military strike against Iran is imminent, but Winnefeld says he doesn't think it would take much more from Iran to trigger one. Tony?
David, if the U.S. is correct and Iran is behind these attacks, what would the country gain by striking tankers?
Well, right now the U.S. is using economic sanctions to try and cut off Iran's oil exports, which are its main source of revenue. So right now, Iran is fighting for its economic life. And by attacking tankers coming out of the Persian Gulf, it is sending a message to other countries in the world that it still has the power to put their oil supplies at risk. And I think their hope is that if they can create enough sense of uncertainty about their energy supplies among other countries in the world, those countries will convince the U.S. to ease off on its pressure campaign against Iran. Tony?
David Martin for us at the Pentagon. David, thank you.